Have you been an athlete in your life?
Oh yeah. I still wish I was today, even though I don't know. My wife doesn't want me to stay being an athlete, but I try my best.
You can tell. There's a competitive spirit, I think, that comes from people that have done something competitively athletically.
Yeah.
And you can sense that. And because I think that happens, whether it's on a court, whether it's wherever it is, a gym, every day you're going through that.
Mm.
That growth moment, because you're failing in athletics all the time.
Yes.
Yep. Was it a team sport or individual? What was it?
Yeah. So growing up, I played football, basketball, and baseball through high school. And then when I went to college, I played flag football around the country. And then I tried out for the basketball team, got pretty far with it, and then ended up being the mascot, which people on the podcast can see my mascot emblem there. So after college, I played softball. I played competitive basketball for a very long time after college. But yeah, it's just one of those things, the team sport aspect of it, and the ability to let loose your competitive spirit and to have, those moments of triumph and those moments of failure. It's almost like dopamine rushes, right? You crave those. And I can feel those as an entrepreneur, but they're slow coming and they're also fast leaving, right? Whereas with basketball and stuff or any other sport, you get that like build up for a day and then you hit that shot or you throw that touchdown and you get that like feeling that you can just kind of replay in your head where it's both the feeling and the moment, right? And I think that competitive aspect is kind of dreaming to get back to that point.
What was it like to be the Husky at the University of Connecticut? Well, give us a day in the life at a game.
Yeah, so the suit itself is incredibly hot. It's a giant fursuit, and the head attaches to the waist, so you can't take the head off if you're like having a tough time breathing or whatever. You have to go into the back and like undress completely because it's just impossible. But the head also has this little tiny hole in it, so you can see out of it. That people realize you can put popcorn and hot dogs and anything else in there. Because I can't take the head off, it will bounce around all game. But yeah, the two rules is you cannot talk and you cannot touch the other mascot. So those are kind of the mascot codes. We're all in a group chat, even to this day. There's an email chain of all of us. So there's a job opportunity. I kind of see around the country which mascots are moving around or switching, which is kind of cool that they're still part of a club. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time to travel with the team. So basically you become, if you're the top dog, which takes a few years to be the number one mascot. And then if you're the top dog, you get to pick men's basketball, women's basketball, soccer, or football. And then you would travel with that team when they go to events or when they play a game. And then at the game, you bounce around and do your thing, get paid $12, I think, for the entire game. And then you come home with the team and do your studies.
Did you choose women's basketball being at UConn?
Yeah. So funny enough, I went to school in 2004. So that spring, they won national championships for men and women. Mm-hmm. And so end of 2004 was my first year. I wasn't the dog then. So, freshman, sophomore year, no championships for either team. I became the dog in 2007. And we did not win the championship, men or women's there. And then senior year, when I was a top dog, the women's was the number one team in the country and the men's was the number one team in the country. And so I had selected the men's Final Four or whatever, the NCAA tournament. We lost to George Mason, which still hurts to this day. But yeah, the woman ended up losing, I think, to Notre Dame that year. So I went 4 years. The only time, I think, since like 1999 that is one of the basketball teams didn't win a championship.